Good morning, fantasy football world. What a recap. What a game last night. Tuesday night football, a little weird. Wasn't really prepared for it. Didn't really feel like it was like a football day. Like it was just like kind of off. But it happened. Josh Allen did not look like Josh Allen, people. Josh Allen looked like Daniel Jones. He was making stupid mistakes. He was making mental errors. He was just not making, great decision making. But, it happens to the best of us, I guess. But, yeah, they got stomped the fuck out by the Titans. Tannehill was looking like Josh Allen, and the Titans defense was looking like, the A1, number one defense in NFL for some reason. But, Derrick Henry, for fantasy recap, Derrick Henry, 25 points, in some fantasy football, some fantasy formats, but he did good. Tannehill also did great, 30 points, depending on your format. But the most disappointing part about it was that Josh Allen didn't put up like big points that we thought he was going to do. But I still won my league having Josh Allen as my QB1. Who really won me this week was Jonnu Smith. And hey, I'm gonna say it. I'm not gonna say the whole thing, but he might be this year's Mark. So with that being said, I think we found our guy week to week as a start and forget, because he's being used as if he's a valuable target in that offense. And you got to understand, like, I was a little sketched out in the beginning, going into week one. I was like, I don't know if they're going to favor, tight ends, A.J. Brown, Corey Davis, Derrick Henry. They're going to run the ball down, the team's throats. I don't think the passing game's going to be great for Jonnu Smith to, be relevant. But here we are. 6 weeks in, Jonnu Smith is a top 5, top 3 tight end, which I love seeing. So I also love that he's a red zone target. I also love he's very explosive in open field. They're throwing screens to the dude. Come on. But anyway, hell of a game last night. Shout out to the Titans beating the Bills. Josh Allen just has some shit to clean up. I'm telling you, man. Like, I really think it's just because it was a Tuesday night game. Like, he was off. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't a football day, so it wasn't like he was going to bring his best. But you would think, like, the Bills were out for 2 weeks with, COVID, the way they played. But, again, shout out to the Titans. Moving on, if you haven't heard, if you live under a rock, Le'Veon Bell was released by the Jets after they tried to trade him earlier. I obviously knew nobody was going to pick him up. You can't even trade him in real fantasy. What makes you think they're going to try to trade him in real life? You're not going to get any buyers. And as I go back, I've said this. You don't draft any Jets players other than Jamison Crowder. You don't play any Jets players other than Jamison Crowder. That's where we're at with it, and that's where it needs to stay. But Le'Veon Bell has been released. There's a bunch of people on Twitter, Facebook, thinking about potential landing spots for Bell, but I don't think anybody's going to pick him up. Not too soon. And if they do, it'll obviously be, a disaster for the running backs that we have on our rosters. He's going to ruin a running back stable, so there's that. But I can honestly see the Bills going out and going to get him. You know what I mean? Because Singletary, he's not it. He's not the answer, people. Singletary is not, the RB1 that Josh Allen deserves. But not saying that Le'Veon Bell would do any better, because I don't really think it's a talent thing with Le'Veon Bell. It's more of an injury thing right now. He's getting up there in age. In football years, he's still kind of young, being that he missed the entire year, came back to a shitty team, didn't play like great, but he was still somewhat fantasy relevant week after week. It wasn't just, RB1 numbers though. But this year, he dealing with injury, shitty team, terrible atmosphere, a toxic environment, a terrible head coach. You're not really in the football mood. You know what I mean? I don't see the motivation there for him to be picked up by a team. But if he gets picked up, great. I just don't see it. I don't have a visual of what team will pick him up, because no team needs him right now. And it's not like he's coming off of a great year. And it's not like he's coming off of a great team either. So there's that. I mean, maybe the Patriots pick him up, being that they're constantly dealing with Sony Michel injury, and you know what I mean. But I just don't see it. You're gonna put Bell back there with James White, Rex Burkhead, healthy Sony Michel, Damian Harris. Like we can't see that. It's just too many fucking people. It was already too many people when they signed Lamar Miller, and thank God they gave him the can. So there's that. Also, I wanted to touch on how you should address your waiver wire this week. Now, Thursday's episode, I'm going to have a lot of pump the brakes. Again, injuries after injuries. Dalvin Cook. Obviously, you need to go pick up Alexander Mattison. He's only owned in 40% of leagues, which is very disrespectful, because we already knew going into draft season that Dalvin Cook was going to miss, time. So Alexander Mattison was a must pickup. He was like up there between Latavius Murray, 1 and 2, best handcuffs, because we already knew Dalvin Cook was going to be out eventually. So with that being on your mind, and with that being said, you should have been, rostered Alexander Mattison. 40%. That's a little disrespectful. He should be up there in the 72% where Latavius Murray lives and breathes. The fact that Latavius Murray can be owned that much, Alexander Mattison should do the same. So every single game that Dalvin Cook will miss, Alexander Mattison to start and forget. There's no other thought. There's no pump fake. Don't play it by matchup. You start that man. You're just going to get the same output, if not the same results as if Dalvin Cook was playing. That's the thing. But 40%, I damn sure picked him up in my Yahoo league. I don't know how he was still available. I just got an RB1 off of waivers for nothing. With waiver priority like 9. Like, come on. Alexander Mattison, it's just crazy to me that nobody owned him. And then my cutthroat league, I think somebody has him, but they just picked him up. They just got lucky that, Dalvin Cook got hurt now. But you should already know he was eventually going to get hurt. He was going to hold out, or he was going to get hurt. So draft day, you should have picked him up regardless. Moving on. I'm running a little late today. I know I said that yesterday, but no, I'm really running late today. It's 7:35. But yeah, there's not much to really cover. I mean, Thursday night football. Woo, not really looking forward to it. I mean, the week is flying. I like that. I enjoy that. I'll tell you what, winter is here. I got the heat on blast right now. Or fall, technically, but it feels like winter. I'm not ready for hoodie season just yet. It's like it's being forced upon me. But yeah, I think that's it. This is a short little Good Morning Football. There's not really much to talk about. Again, football on a Tuesday, kind of weird. I'm not going to say I didn't like it. It was just weird. It was just like, I almost forgot the game was coming on. You know what I mean? I missed like the first probably like 10 minutes of the game, but it was just a weird ordeal of having Tuesday night football. I wouldn't be against it if they wanted to start doing that. Or they have games every single night. That'd be dope. Monday through Sunday. Sunday through Monday. Whatever. That'd be dope. I'm down for it. Down for the cause. Alright, get out of here. I'm just wasting time. I'm rambling. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.